All right, we're doing a close-up. We're here in the kitchen with Hustle. I forgot to turn on Do Not Disturb on my phone. Let me see if I can do that still. Hang on. Yeah, nailed it. All right, good. So, big news this week, I guess. Lots of things going on, and I didn't talk to you on Monday. So, time to get caught up, everybody. But first, let's take Hustle and some coffee and go see everybody else. We got some coffee going on with Myth there, and I think we're going to take a toy out of the toy drawer. Oh, here, let's take these two, because these two are both a lot of fun, and I don't have to do anything. Oh, hang on. I should have planned this part before I started the stream, everybody, but look, now we've got some kittens coming to check it all out and see what I'm doing. We got a real tangle, though, going on all of a sudden in this drawer. Hi, everybody. Hi, are we all here to look at what I'm doing with these toys in the toy drawer? Guys, this is not working. This is just a disaster going on over here. This is not at all what I anticipated or planned. Sorry, kittens. Sorry, everybody. Look at this. Look at what's going on here. We've got the tangle of toys. Ugh. Well, I don't know what to do about that right now. I got to untangle it, but I can't do that without both hands. I can't have both hands right now. So we're going to downgrade our plans. We're going to take a couple of these noodle sticks instead. We'll figure all that out afterwards. Sorry, kids. Okay. All right. Okay, now let's go in here and talk with some noodle sticks and some kittens and see what we can come up with. Not exactly what I wanted, but good enough. So, all right, first news for this week is that you know that the kittens, some of the kittens, lots of the kittens came to the vet yesterday for their spays and neuters. We had, in theory, all of the boys plus Squiggle and, whoa, don't take that away, pal. All the boys plus Squiggle and, let's see, who's getting adopted with Squiggle? It's Scrawl, right? Squiggle and Scrawl. They all went to the vet yesterday, and it turns out that Caper right here with the blue collar, and Scrawl and Gimmick all had to have their fixes postponed a little bit. Various reasons, but basically all because their blood work numbers came back a little weird, and it seems like a couple of them probably have a minor infection going on. They had high white blood cell count, just means a regular, plain old, everyday kind of infection. We've got them on antibiotics. And then one of them had a high BNP number, which is just, the BNP is something that the vet checks before every anesthesia. It's sort of she uses it as an indicator of whether it's safe to do anesthesia from a cardiac perspective. It's okay, Mural. You don't mean it. Loganberry's a good guy. So one of them had a high BNP number. We've had that happen in the past. It almost always turns out to just be nothing at all. And if it isn't nothing at all, it still turns out to have been transient and cleared up by the time we get them rescheduled. So I'm not worried about any of it. The real concern, the real problem, the thing that's really sort of got me down about it, of course, is that it means that some of the adopters are going to have to reschedule because we were running real tight timelines for the adoptions. They knew that. The adopters all knew ahead of time that this kind of thing could happen. And they were all able to plan for it in advance. And unfortunately, it did happen that some of them are going to have to be a little bit delayed. So that's the real unfortunate part that I feel just awful about, having to tell anybody to change their plans, especially when there's some travel involved. I know that a couple of adopters were coming from some distance. So I want to apologize to all of the adopters that were impacted by that. I'm so sorry. That's the people that are really suffering in this whole circumstance. The kittens, you can tell, none of these kittens are suffering. I'm not suffering except for my concern for the adopters. It's the adopters that made travel plans that have to wait a little longer and maybe even have to reschedule some of those plans. Those are the people that I have all the sympathy for. So sorry about that. Anyway, moving along from that. So just so you know, that was, we were talking about, and I don't remember who had which issue, to be honest, but we're talking about Caper didn't get his fixed yet. And Scrawl, right here, little Scrawl. Hi, Scrawl, you just happen to be right here. Scrawl also came back, so even the ones that didn't get their fix yesterday, the ones that went to the vet and didn't get fixed, still got their rabies vaccine. And Scrawl came back very sore from her rabies vaccine yesterday and showing it. But as promised, I told everybody by today she'd be back to normal. And sure enough, Scrawl's 100% back to normal. Our little tiny Scrawl, all good. Whoa. Oh, somebody just stole a noodle stick. It's probably Hustle, because I don't see Hustle standing here, and he's the kind that would do that. And now everybody wants to go see what noises he's making by dragging the noodle stick around. Well, we'll get to him. So yeah, Megalina, yes, exactly what Megalina just said. I wanted to bring that up. Doodle is going to be adopted on Friday, and Hijinks and Hustle are still on to be adopted Sunday. And then that's it. So Doodle Friday, Hijinks and Hustle Sunday, and then that's it for the adoptions this weekend. And the reason that we're not going to do Doodle's goodbye wave on today's stream is because Doodle's going in the afternoon. And I'm just betting that, or I guess committing myself to having to do a close-up on Friday, if only for the purpose of getting Doodle to say goodbye to everybody. So that's how that's going to go. Okay. So you know about that. Oh, okay, yeah, so back to the health issues. I saw Zoe and Slammer wanted to know when Mural will be fixed. I do too. I do want to know that. So right now, we have scheduled everybody. And all of the rest of the kittens, hi Tommy, all the rest of the kittens are scheduled for the 7th. So we managed to squeeze in, if you remember, originally we had some of the kittens scheduled for the 7th. And now the ones that didn't get done today have also been bumped to the 7th. So right now the plan is for everybody to go on the 7th. Now, of course, they could get bumped again if we don't have everything in order. And to that end, like I said, I've got the ones that had any kinds of issues, either issues that we are aware of or issues that we found out about yesterday. They're all getting the strong antibiotics, Doxycycline. This time we're going to go with the strong stuff and see what happens. So that's the plan. And that includes, this is how we got to this topic, that includes Mural, who is also on the Doxycycline now because she's still very sneezy and we still haven't figured it out. And Mural's reschedule is not for the 7th. We scheduled it as soon as we possibly could, and I don't have the date in front of me, but my brain was telling me it was very close to Christmas. It was like the 21st or 22nd, something like that. It was just a few days before Christmas that Mural is scheduled for her spay right now. So I hope that works out for her, and I hope it works out for her adopter. And that's the plan. So Shelby, yeah, are all the boys fixed? All the boys are fixed except for Gimmick, who is the one with the white collar here. He didn't get his fix yesterday. And Caper, who's the one with the blue collar, who's over in the tree or something. And he's the one with the blue collar. He also did not get his. Oh, he's right here. He's right under me. He didn't get his fix either. There he is, right there. That's him. Hi, Keeper. Hi, bud. All the other boys are now fixed and completely recovered. They came home completely recovered. Boys just recover in 0 time. Not a big deal for them. As for the girls, it was Squiggle. Squiggle did go yesterday, and Squiggle did get her fix. There she is, right there, Squiggle. She has been fine. She hasn't touched her stitches at all. They all look just as perfect as the minute she came home. I would even show you, but I can't quite get the leverage to pick her up if she's not going to play along. So anyway, that's Squiggle. She did get her spay yesterday. She's the only kitten that's spayed so far. And she did great with it. Just wonderful. Oh, maybe she's going to show you her. Oh no. Now I've got kittens trying to adjust the stream on the phone. Well, I don't know if you can see anything there or not because I can't see. But there we have it. Okay. So the big questions that everybody has been asking, or maybe not asking, but sort of making insinuations about for the last several weeks, actually, is when is the new mom cat coming to the Kitten Academy? And the answer is sooner than any of us thought, actually. It's almost always the answer, though, isn't it? That's why so many people try to anticipate when the next mom is going to come, because it's always sooner than we think. And right now, I reached out to Dawes. I think it was just yesterday. I don't know what happened. I reached out to Dawes, I think yesterday, maybe it was the day before. And I said, hey, it's about time. You know what? We got to get a new mom cat in. I could wait, I guess, a little bit, but if I wait any longer, we are going to have an actual break, and I don't think we want to do that yet. So I reached out to Dawes. I said, hey, Dawes, I'm about ready. If you hear about a mom cat or whatever, let's do it. And Dawes came right back and said, we found you a mom cat. I'm like, what? So they're checking on it to make sure, but it could be this Saturday. And again, these things aren't final until they're final. We've had these things fall through plenty of times. But right now, plans for a new mom to turn up this weekend, which means between now and this weekend, I have to get all of the endowments sorted. I have to get the paperwork done for at least this weekend's adoptions, and I've got to prepare the annex for a new mom. The good news is that I have sort of worked on the annex a little bit. The annex is completely empty and clean, but I want to wash the rugs again, and then I have to fill it up with cameras and mom cat boxes and all the stuff. Litter box. It's really cleared out right now. So yeah, before Saturday, I've got to get all that stuff ready, and that's going to be a lot of work under normal circumstances. And then I've got these kittens that have to get their antibiotics, and just all the things that are going on. And never mind the fact that one of the things that's going on is me still trying to work on automating the regular Kitten Academy live stream a little bit and make it a little bit easier to keep kittened up. And I don't know. I don't even want to talk about that, because all the stuff I'm excited about is so far in the future on that, except for getting the initial version sort of deployed to a select group of people who will be sort of working the beta test angle. That's going to happen, fingers crossed, today. So we'll see. So yeah, just to recap the news then, some of the adoptions have had to be delayed a little bit because some of the kittens didn't pass their final exam prior to the graduation surgery. But it's not a big deal. It's happened before, it will happen again, and it's never turned into anything to be concerned about. So fingers crossed this time it won't either. It's just going to be a little bit of a delay for the adopters. Some of the adopters know about it. Some of the adopters didn't get delayed, and among the ones that did not get delayed, the upcoming adoptions are Doodle on Friday and Hijinks and Hustle together on Sunday. And then the rest of the news we'll let you know as we know. I think that's about it. Oh, and then, yeah, of course, the big news is there may be, maybe not, a mom cat here on Sunday. All right. These kids are being so silly. Hi, Tommy, what are you doing? So this morning I'm handing out the Doxycycline to the kittens, and the kittens need like a half a capsule, and it comes in these capsules. So I've got to break these capsules open and separate them into halves to give to the kittens that need their kitten-sized dose. And it's not easy. I don't know what's going on. My razor wouldn't cut through the capsules. I couldn't open them with my fingers. It was really hard to get the capsules open. And as I'm like pushing into it with all my strength with a razor, it finally it all of a sudden pops, and the one half goes flying off across the kitchen. And by the time I find it, I didn't find it first. Tommy found it first, and he ate the whole thing. He just ate the half a cap of Doxy. He wasn't on the list of kittens that needed any, but he dosed himself this morning. So that was funny, I guess, that he's just going to eat pills that go flying across the floor. The good news is that the Doxycycline, apparently, it doesn't taste very bad. I tasted it a little too. It doesn't taste bad to me at all. It tastes kind of umami, like it's like you could use it as a flavoring on your food almost. It's not like most of these antibiotics that just taste awful. Oh, Metro can be really bad. So It does taste good, which means that once I got the capsules open, the rest was easy. I just put a little bit in some baby food, and the kittens just ate it. Even Mural just ate it that way voluntarily. It was so easy. So that is how that went. Tommy got himself a little extra. Speaking of being a little extra, Tommy has been so good. He's learned all of his lessons. He's a snuggle bug. He purrs. I can't even tell you how sweet he's turned out to be. He's, the other kittens are all sweet too, but for Tommy, it feels like a surprise because he seemed like he was going to be a hard case when he came in, and he is the opposite of that. One of the sweetest little kitties that we've had. And so polite, way more polite than, say, Hijinks or Hustle. Boy, that adoption going off this weekend, that's going to be a tough one because Hustle all along has been like super grabby and possessive, and especially when it comes to food or toys that he really likes, he'll smack you and he'll bite, and he's just sort of playing or protecting his things. He's not trying to hurt anybody. He would never intentionally hurt anybody. I know that. But he still has bitten my fingers a lot more than even Tommy, and he's the one that still does it. I'm trying to train him off of it. It's going slow. So when you give him treats, his adopter's going to want to probably give him treats on a spoon, not on their finger. But he's a sweetie lover, snuggler, cutie pie. And unfortunately, though, I was going to say, I think Hijinks has been learning some of his bad habits from his brother. Because yesterday I noticed Hijinks has started acting out in some of those same ways for food, or maybe it's just to keep up with Hustle. Somebody, you got to fight back if you want to get some of that food, right? So Hustle will hit Hijinks, and Hijinks will push him right back and be like, no, I need the food. And if you get your fingers in between that little thing, oh boy, you're just cruising for bruising there. So that's a rough one. But they'll eventually learn to calm down. Loganberry was that same way for a long time. You remember there's video out there still of him when he was much smaller than these kids, and he had those food issues, and he just like Tommy does, he would growl while he was eating. Tommy still does. Loganberry did that for a long time, and he would fight for the food, and he'd smack the other kittens a lot like Hustle does. And it took a long time, actually. I want to say it took years for him to really calm down enough to just be cool and never, act like that at all, which he doesn't anymore. He does still have the problem, though, where I have to feed him separately. I have to feed Loganberry separately in the morning because if I put his food out with everybody else's food and let him eat in the commons with everybody, then he still shows a little bit of that same behavior by eating as much as he can, as fast as he can. So he's not going to fight anybody for it, but he's still going to scarf it down before anybody else can get to it. And then that results in him eating too much, and then he vomits everywhere, and it's counterproductive, and it wrecks my morning. And we did it this morning for fun, just for fun. But normally, that's why he's got to eat on his own, because otherwise he's still that way. And who knows, Hustle, Hijinks, even Tommy, they're all kind of food possessive that way, same as Loganberry was, and that may end up being a thing for them later in life too, where they'll eat too much and need to be a little bit controlled. So there's one more sort of big news item or concern that people have today that I know I've been hearing a lot about already and will continue to hear a lot about, and that's the future of Kitten Academy. If you guys follow along, you've heard me talk about it a little bit. I've tried not to make too big of an issue of it until we know more. And today's the day we find out more. Sorry to say, not yet, not until noon. So this close-up is happening before we know anything. But today is the day when DJ's fellowship matching happens, December 1st at noon. And it's a long story for those of you who don't know all of the details, but the short version is that people in DJ's profession who want to do a fellowship, they go out and they interview like DJ did. She went out and she interviewed. And then after all the interviews, you make your rankings, basically. You say, this is the place I like the best, the second best, the third best, and then the places you interviewed, rank you. Also, they say this is the candidate we like the best, the second best, the third best, etc. And they feed all of them, all the hospitals in the entire United States of America, all of the hospitals and all of the doctors and all the medical students and all the residents that are going for fellowships. They all feed that into this same giant system, one big giant computer system. Nobody knows how it works. And it magically tells everybody where you're going to go. It's how we ended up in Connecticut. That same system told us, well, actually, it told us you don't get to be a doctor, kind of. And we went through the sort of fallback program, and that landed us here in Connecticut. Turned out to be, I think, a great thing. It really worked out. But now we're going through the exact same process a second time to find out about her fellowship. And it works the same way. And for all we know, anything could be the outcome. It could say, you're moving to the middle of nowhere, Montana, I don't know, big sky country somewhere out there. Or it could be like, you live in the heart of New York City now. That's your thing, and you're just going to have to be there. We don't know. So at noon, it's going to tell us something. It's going to tell us something, and it's going to determine at least the next 3 years of our lives, if not the entire rest of our lives. And it could just be anything. It could be absolutely anything. So my plan for dealing with it until we know is to not think about it. And so I'm done now that I've told you guys. But as soon as noon hits, there obviously will be a big announcement on the Discord. And if it's good, exciting news, well, either way, everybody's going to hear about it soon, very soon, I guess. And we'll see. And I know everybody, look, I see you guys on the chat saying, come here, go there. But the whole point is we don't get to choose. We don't choose. So if it were up to us, oh man, so many places I'd love to go. But it's not. The system says, and we just got to wait and see. There you go. All right. What else can I tell you about the kittens, though? I don't know. I think we covered everything. Anybody that's coming in late, the bottom line, the short news I've already gone over a couple times, but I'll repeat myself. It doesn't hurt. Is a couple of the kittens had their spays and neuters delayed. Right now, they're all scheduled. The ones that missed it are scheduled for the 7th. Anybody that is delayed, the adopters already know. A couple of them didn't have their spays and neuters delayed, so we've got adoptions happening this week. Friday, Doodle, Hustle, Hijinks on Sunday. The rest of them are probably listed on our website still. I haven't changed any of that, but if you go to kitten.academy, you can see what we originally thought they all were, and you'll just have to sort of carry the ones in your head or something. Oh, those are some good questions. I see KP is I think asking basically, once we find out today at noon, how soon do we have to be in the new place? And I don't know the answer to that. I actually don't know the answer at all. I think the answer is that she would start her new position sort of next summer, during this sort of summer break, probably. But I don't know for sure. Hustle's got that mouse. There's a Rosie the Rat, or a Rosie the Rat knockoff. It's been the most popular toy. Oh, wow. Looks like we're having a couple little frame rate issues. Anyway, hey, let's make sure that we've seen everybody. Let's take a quick little walk around and just point the camera at everybody real quick, and then we'll wrap this up. I do have a lot of stuff I want to take care of even before I find out about the match stuff today. Like I mentioned, so much to do. Really important stuff is I've got to sort the endowments and get everything ready for the adoptions, and possibly a new mom cat coming in on Sunday. I got to make sure everything's ready for that. So those things are time critical. Adoptions and mom cats coming in. Plus, I've got to go to the post office and pick up stuff for this weekend's mailbag. The post office has been repeatedly asking me to please make pickups more often than just on Saturday morning when we do mailbag. So I'm trying to make them happy by doing that, and I will be going to the post office today to try to do that for them. I'll probably do that right after mailbag before we get into anything else. That Rosie the Rat toy, I found it hanging around when I was cleaning stuff yesterday. And I showed it to the kids. And since then, since I showed it to them yesterday, every time they see it, they carry it around. They fight for it. It's the best toy. Hijinks spent all day yesterday playing keep away. In fact, Hijinks, I would pick up the little rat, and Hijinks would hang on to it and just dangle from the toy. He wanted to hang on to it so much. And he liked that. That was a real fun game for Hijinks. So after I would stop picking him up with the toy, after I'd stop picking him up with the toy, I'd just walk away to go do other stuff, and he'd turn up with the toy and hand it to me and meow at me and hit me until I would start playing with him again and pick him up and drag him around and all the stuff with the toy. Just having a lot of fun with it. So it's a good little toy. I think there's a whole pile of those in the endowments. That's the kind of thing I'll be looking for, so everybody will get one. Here's our Rue. Rue has been super sweet and playful. Oh, having so much fun. Here is this Hijinks? It looks like a Hijinks, but I can't see the collar, so no, it looks like a small. That's a small face. Look at that face. You can tell just from the face it's got to be Scrawl. And so it is. There's the Scrawl collar. Yeah. Look at that face, little Scrawl. So like I said, Scrawl went for her spay yesterday, and she didn't get it yet. And she was so upset about her vaccines yesterday, too. Didn't enjoy it. But today, she's all back to normal, feeling good. Yeah. And there's her mom, Mural, up at the top of the cat tree. That seems to be Mural's spot that she owns. Here's Keeper. Hi, buddy. Just came up here to see what I was doing. All right. Who else are we missing? This is Hijinks. Hijinks. All right, bye, Jinx. We had Doodle up here since the beginning of the stream. Still up here. Hi, dude. Hey, bud. How's it going? Yeah, buddy, you're not going to be here much longer, but you're just going to sleep through this anyway, huh? That's fine. All right, I think we saw everybody we need to. So this is all endowments, actually, that I need to go through. Somebody sent a whole ton of endowments here because they were concerned that the endowments wouldn't arrive in time. I think these are all from Lisa for Kittens, maybe. And these were dropped off by Sir Geek and Calimo in person, one for each kitten. So sweet of them to do that. And then that's nothing compared to the giant pile of toys and stuff in the basement that I have to go through for the endowments. That's the thing I keep talking about. All right, well, that's it. I don't see anybody in the Christmas tree room right now. So we'll wrap it up here. Oh, there goes somebody into the Christmas tree room, just as I said that. That's Trace, I think. I just saw Trace. Hi, Maggie Moo. Maggie, do you want to play with a noodle stick? Huh? Some faculty noodle stick time? Come on, you two. Come on, make it count. Come on, show these young whippersnappers how it's done. There you go, Maggie. There you go. Come on. So, as I was just saying, if you wanted to keep watching the kittens at the Kitten Academy, you can do that on the Kitten Academy live stream right here on YouTube. Just look for the Kitten Academy live stream. You'll find it. And hopefully it will have some fun and compelling content for you. Otherwise, I promise now I'm committed, absolute commitment to making a close-up for you all on Friday because we've got to say goodbye to Doodle on Friday. He'll be going Friday afternoon. And then Saturday morning, we'll have our mailbag. Saturday afternoon or evening, there is a chance that we'll be getting a new mom cat in. Who knows? And Sunday, Hijinks and Hustles adoption. So that's the news of everything that's upcoming. And of course, noon today, yes, we do. We find out the rest of our entire future up in the air till noon. Yeah, that's it. Okay. I see my stream, at least on this side, looks like it's getting a little bit choppy. So might as well wrap it up here and deal with the tech issues some other time. Thanks again, everybody. I really appreciate you joining me. I hope it was compelling for you. And I'm going to get back to work. So I hope all of you have a great day. And if you're working, I hope you have a good one. And if you're not working, I hope you have a good one. Just whatever the case, I hope you have a good one today and tomorrow and the rest of the week. And until I see you again.